What a first morning here at VeeamON 2025 here in San Diego. You are seeing us enter and get started for an incredible first general session opening the event. Hello and welcome to VeeamON Today, powered by Object First. Hello and welcome to VeeamON Today, powered by Object First. What an incredible first day. We had a fantastic keynote that just wrapped, or at least should be just wrapping. I'm Rick Vanover, the Rickatron, and you know what? We are deep inside of VeeamON, and you can still join. Go on over to VeeamON.com. You can register to attend this awesome event. We got some special content, starting with the keynote, another awesome keynote tomorrow, but there's a lot of breakout contents. So I don't have a lot of favors to ask, but I did ask one favor to one important guest here, and I brought Anton Gostev, Chief Product Officer, back to the show. Great job, Anton, on the keynote.
Thank you, Rick.
So the Veeam software appliance, big news, emotional, like big milestone for you. Kind of tell us about why that was such a big milestone, like even personal.
Yeah, it feels like something I've been working my whole life towards, right? It's something when you really have a vision of how things should be done. Yeah. You finally get so close as we are right now in beta, right? I'll honestly tell you, I've never been so excited to present at VeeamON than this year, right? Yeah. It's just like such a feeling of completion, and not only for me, just for the entire R&D team, because that software appliance is the second step. First step, invisible to everybody, was take our platform and make it single code base so that it can run both on Windows and Linux. And you wouldn't believe how many Windows dependencies we had, right? It's just diligently going through the, I think we updated 60% of the code, just removing the Windows dependencies and make it cross-platform code, right? So.
Well, that's incredible. The keynote, Anton just shared a lot more about some of the new capabilities and some of the architecture. But let's take a quick look at what Anand had to say as part of the opening words of this awesome keynote that you can see.
This is our 11th live VeeamON. And you know what? VeeamON and everything Veeam has done since we started has always been all about our community, all about you. A shout out to our 5,000 virtual attendees who are listening. So you're not here in person, but you're in it with us. So hit the chat, ask questions, we are listening. 2024 was the most successful year in Veeam's history. And as of Q1 this year, just a few days back, end of March, we have crossed $1.7 billion in ARR. Powered by 34,000 plus partners, Veeam serves more than 550,000 customers in more than 150 countries. That's truly global. We are not just participating in the space, we are leading it. To our customers and partners and influencers and vanguards and legends, you are the reason we lead as Veeam. You help us scale, you help us innovate, and you help us win. Veeam moves forward because we are together. So on behalf of all Veeamers here and in every corner of the world, to every single one of you, thank you, because your trust powers Veeam. A sincere thank you.
You're watching VeeamON Today, powered by Object First. That was a quick look at the keynote. I'm joined by another presenter from the keynote, Anton Gostev still, and he just gave us a brief look at what we've went through to get to this milestone. But Anton, I also got to say, I'm ecstatic that you're able to say that the beta is also available through the normal processes today. And maybe can you talk a little bit about that? It's familiar for those who have done it, but I think it's important to follow the normal process.
Yeah, because when we release betas, you can go to support, but we want still people who invest their time in testing the beta to have good experience, and most importantly, we want to get a feedback get a feedback loop working, right? So what we do is we run betas through local sales engineers team. So like in every country, in every region, contact your sales rep, and you'll get assigned an engineer and you can try. And of course, there is some selection, right, based on your environment and whether we interested in such environment, probably, you know, something special, size of the environment, right? Very special VMs, very special workloads. That's what we want to see for betas, right?
Yeah, and I look at myself. I have been playing with the beta leading up to VeeamON. In fact, I may or may not have had my laptop out at breakfast this morning, but like, for example, I'm running the ISO, installing it on Hyper-V, which is a little bit different than some use cases. I know some might install it on bare metal, some may install on VMware or other platforms. But I think one of the things that part of your team have been working on is the Veeam Ready appliance qualification that we did for the VHR. Will that apply to the Veeam software appliance as well?
Yeah, totally. So we already have quite a few certifications for managed hardened repository ISO, and that uses the same base OS, as we call it, just enough OS, right? So that will apply directly also to Veeam backup application as a software appliance, yeah. Yeah,
I've been super excited, and I can tell you, friends, it's easy to use. I kind of joke that even I can do it, and Hannes and I are doing a session on the hardened repository ISO, which really paved the way for a lot of the milestones that we have here today. And then as we go into 13, it'll really just be one offering, and I think that that's super important to highlight. I actually want to bring up something. I'm going off script. I am going to go in a moment here to a slide once I get it ready here. I'm clicking here. I want to bring up the very last slide, if you could get there, because one of the things you pointed into the in the forums, Anton. Mark, if you don't mind, could you just go to that last slide with the QR codes? I don't know why the clicker isn't getting there. Sorry about that. But basically, I wanted to highlight, you put some really important points into the forums about some things you need to do now, some deprecated features, the platform support. Sorry about going off script, guys. But right here, tell us about what people need to do from a preparation standpoint when it comes to like moving backup jobs off of the reversed incremental and some of the platform support. I think it's really important to get that information out there now, because if you're thinking about refreshes or if we want to do some work now to get in front of that, I think now's the time to do it. Anything you want to add other than what you put into the posts?
Yeah, just like every major release, we take this opportunity to drop support for expired platforms, and that's important. As a part of your planning of upgrading version 13, you will not be able to upgrade while you're using them, right? Because it's a significant truncation of system requirements, I would say we actually already extended version 12 support for 1 year on top of the usual 3 years, right? So you have this time, but it's time to at least plan this transition, right? And specifically, if you plan to transition to software appliance, then right now is a good time, for example, to switch from using SQL Server as configuration database to Postgre. And since version 12.3, we install it automatically, right? No matter what.
Yeah. Yeah, I can say that the important thing to note here is that when you're going into your upgrade, getting that information ahead of time is super valuable. And just really on the R&D forums, and then also on the Community Hub, we've also highlighted some of those additional points. But Anton, if I was to ask you one more kind of open-ended question about the Veeam software appliances, what kind of advice additionally would you want to bring to the viewers?
So you mentioned ease of use, and you said ISO is easy to use. That's our goal. Even easier to use will be the same appliance in the format of OVA, a software appliance, right? But our goal, some customers just prefer this way, but our goal is that make sure majority of customers still install it on hardware, right? Just for security purposes, because we all know all the vulnerabilities that hypervisor adds. It's normal, and that there is a very big attack surface, right? The problem with that is if the hacker takes over the hypervisor host, all your security is gone, right? No matter how you protect it, root, no root, it's easy to mount a disk, get yourself root, and so on, right? So when you plan we want to give you this flexibility to run it as a virtual appliance, but ideally look at running it on hardware, especially. It's so easy now, right? Yeah. And that's the big difference. Like, as an overall software appliance is not a new concept, right? I think when I joined Veeam, there was one competitor. Now they no longer exist, right? But they already provided software as a virtual appliance, right? ISO, installable software on a general purpose hardware, is not also a new concept, but competitors who do that, they're very prescriptive. What kind of model is that, right? Our goal was to be like best of both worlds, right? Full flexibility, like virtualization gives you, runs on any hardware, right? But also additional security of having that as a standalone hardware that's not dependent on any other infrastructure. So that's where we're like special sauce of Veeam, right?
Outstanding. Well, thank you, Anton, for being on. And we went up to those slides. I'll have them towards the end with some preparation information about what to do now to get ready for the Veeam software appliance. Outstanding work by the product management and more so the QA teams. Yeah, outstanding. You're watching VeeamON Today, powered by Object First. And now let's take a look at some of the other activities around VeeamON.
Data resilience to me, I suppose, is making sure it's protected, covered, and making sure our data is sound and solid, that we never lose anything ever again.
Data resilience means having a plan before you need to use that plan. Data resilience means making sure that your data is recoverable no matter what specific agenda that the bad guys have against you.
Data resilience, basically keeping data available like 24/7 and keeping data available based on the company's and the business needs.
Data resilience means a lot for me because it's my work. I'm a data protection engineer, and all the day business has been attacked, and it's very important for me.
So data resilience to me means customers who can restore their data fast and also with integrity.
Data resilience means preparing our customers for ransomware attacks and that they get out of the attack safely.
You're watching VeeamON Today, powered by Object First, and we are back here in San Diego. VeeamON is going on, but what are you doing? You can join us. Go to VeeamON.com. You can register to watch the breakouts and the keynotes that just dropped in a big keynote tomorrow. Good stuff. We're having fun. And you know what? One really fun part of what we do here at Veeam is our community team. And I'm happy to welcome back Sophia and first timer here, Nicola. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Awesome. So Madalena and Madalena is also part of the team. She was on last year, but Sophia and Nicola are up this time. And Sophia, I want to do a quick intro.
Yeah, third time here, so thank you for inviting me back, Rick. My name is Sophia Mohammed, and I'm a community analyst here at Veeam from Columbus, based in the Columbus office, working on our community operations here at Veeam alongside Nicola and our colleague Madalena.
And so I'm Nicola Pekova, with Veeam almost for 6 years, but first timer at VeeamON, so very excited being here and joining all my colleagues and especially the community that is represented strongly this year here, as always. And I'm based in Prague, Czech Republic, managing Veeam Vanguard program and doing all the other magic behind the community together with Sophia and Madalena.
Magic is right. I cannot thank these ladies enough. The three of them do so much amazing stuff. And I want to take some time to have them walk through and do some overview and some information about the different community programs. And I'm going to turn it over first to Sophia to talk a little bit about our Community Hub.
Yeah, so the Community Hub is a big part of our community mission. It is our overall site to engage with the Veeam community. So go there, community.veeam.com, find so many resources. We've listed some here. Of course, growing as a pro with Veeam University, we have a free option for Veeam University on there if you want to engage with that. Good learning resource. Community resources such as blogs and podcasts. If you're a writer, this is your opportunity to share some content. We have some amazing content there as well. If you ever find yourself questioning something, wanting an opinion, the blogs and podcasts are a great place to go for some resources. The discussion boards as well. Have a question, go to the discussion boards. That is probably the most active part of our Community Hub. People asking questions all day long. I saw some this morning as well, always having to keep track of those. So that's great. And of course, we have our Veeam user groups and thematic groups, which I'll touch on in just a moment. But that's another great resource to connect with people more regionally. And lastly, community events. We have these probably bi-weekly. We have them quite often in person and online. So you can always check out the events tab on the Veeam Community Hub to stay engaged with some of our events there. Yeah.
And by the way, not just questions, but there's also answers.
Yes, of course.
When it comes to the
Yes.
questions on the Community Hub. Really good sign of an organic community operation for sure.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, we also have our Veeam user groups hosted on this site. So we have our Veeam Community. This is global. Of course, you can connect with anyone on there, but say you want to connect with someone in Czech Republic because that's where you're based. Go to Veeam user groups. It's the groups tab on the Veeam Community Hub, and you'll find all of the different regions that we have represented. These regions have online events, in-person events, great way to connect. Some of them happen bi-monthly. For some of these groups, that's how active they are. Some of them happen a couple of times a year, but a great way to connect with your local region, especially when you want to communicate in your own native language, of course. Definitely accessibility is an important thing to us here at Veeam and in our community. So this is another great way to connect with all of the people in your region. And I encourage everyone to get involved if you have a local group in your area.
Yeah, or if there isn't one, we can reach out to Sophia or Madalena or Nicola. We can do those introductions to kind of create one. We just launched Ecuador. Is that the most recent one? I think?
Ecuador and Argentina just in the past month, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, growing. If you see that your country or city, state is not represented, yeah, just reach out. We're always on the Community Hub. Request it, and we'll get that done.
Outstanding. And so this is what I like to call lowercase c community,
Yeah.
that big reach across the audience. But let's also take a look at, on the next slide, one of the more specific things, and I think Nicola is going to talk about our Veeam 100 program, and most importantly, the picture that we always forget to take that you insisted on.
Yeah, this is the group picture of all Veeam 100 community from last year that we were hosting Veeam 100 Summit in Berlin for the first time. And those people represented in that picture are actually representing the 3 programs that we are having at Veeam for our community members. 2 of them are external and 1 is internal for the Veeam employees. So I am going to cover one by one in the order as you see it on the screen. So first one is Veeam Legends. It's a program for all Veeam enthusiasts and daily users of our products that are contributing and sharing their knowledge at the Veeam Community Hub. But not only that, they are continuing to share their expertise on some regular basis. It's not like one-time article that they are publishing, but it's a continuous contribution and engaging with the community on a regular basis, which is keeping our community very healthy. As Safia was mentioning before, we are having a lot of questions from our users, not only from Veeam 100 programs, but at the same time we are having these experts from these 3 programs who are able to really cover all wide range of the questions and answer in a short time. So Veeam Legends are coming out of Veeam Community Hub most active members and also Veeam R&D forums. So this is kind of a mix of these Veeam properties that these people are engaging with. Veeam MVPs is a program for the internal employees in customer-facing roles going above the average in their day-to-day jobs, and they are complementing the Veeam 100 group that is the puzzle of these 3 programs. So we have incorporated all these 3 programs together, and all these communities are meeting together at the Veeam 100 Summit. And it's last but not least the oldest Veeam community program that Rick has established in 2015 is Veeam Vanguard program that is running for 11th year now, and we are having people from all around the world contributing, sharing their knowledge on their own properties. They are having the websites, their blog websites, and they are having also podcasts. We are having a wide range of the formats that these people are sharing their expertise. But what is common for all of these people from all 3 programs is a passion for Veeam products, innovation, and also contributing to the community and sharing the expertise and knowledge with the others, helping others to get involved in the community, because we are having people who started the beginners with our products, and now they are pretty masters, I would say. They are badasses within their regions. They became VUG leaders, and we are having really a wide range of the activities that these people can contribute with.
What I really like, Nicola, about the different programs is when one of the members meets with the others, the behaviors go between. Legends who built their behavior on our property then start making their own blogs or starting user groups and things like that. It's really an incredible thing. Speaking of what's incredible, you're watching VeeamON Today, powered by Object First. Let's take a quick look to hear from Object First on their solutions here at VeeamON 25. You're watching VeeamON Today, powered by Object First, and you can still join us. Go on over to VeeamON.com. You can register to watch keynotes, to watch breakouts, to hear from our sponsors, and more. There's so much going on at VeeamON. I'm a poet. I didn't even know it.
Hey.
That's right. Well, we are talking community, and I want to now turn it back over to Sophia to talk about some of the other things going on at VeeamON.
Yeah, so a big part of VeeamON, as we all know, is connecting with others, meeting with other Veeam users, and learning from them. And we definitely want to highlight that in our community experience here at VeeamON. So I highlighted a few of the opportunities to engage here at VeeamON on site. We have 2 sessions actually in the Expo Theater. If you head to the Expo Theater today and Thursday, I have the times listed there, 12:30 today and 1 o'clock tomorrow. We have a session in collaboration with Veeam University titled Be Top of Class with Veeam University and Veeam Community. So this will talk about the certification journey as well as community resources that will help you on that path. And we have a lot of them, so definitely make sure to check that out if you're on site. As well as our Veeam Community booth at the Expo. I actually have a t-shirt that we'll have at the booth. I'm doing a little infomercial there, but it'll have Alfred, the community cat, listed there, and as well as some pins, and we have some beach balls as well, fitting the theme of the San Diego. So definitely check it out. Grab your t-shirt. Everyone will want to have one, so I think everybody will be rocking it by the end of the week. That's the goal.
Well, rocking it might be up for interpretation. We don't know what's going to happen with this thing. They may
you don't know.
They could, I don't know, weaponize. It could be thrown.
Oh gosh.
Who knows?
Well, we have beach balls. I hope nobody weaponizes
Let's
the beach
throw
balls.
Beach balls.
Please, yeah, it'll be soft. But lastly, of course, the online experience. Stay connected on the Community Hub. We have a thread there, community.veeam.com. Stay engaged with the VeeamON thread and keep up with the discussions there. Lots of opportunities to connect.
Indeed, indeed. So we are going to the favorite game show that's sweeping the nation, and that's my favorite honor burden here at Veeam. I like to go stealing slides from the content library.
Theft.
So let's go take a look at my favorite part of this show, which is steal a slide. So here we go. I have stolen slides from, sorry, the reach is hard with the frequencies in here. We're going to talk about Veeam Data Cloud Vault. And with Veeam Data Cloud Vault, I want to highlight a session from Sam and Jacob, who have done a session about the Vault offering from Veeam Data Cloud to make cloud storage secure and easy. I got that right, but wrong, but you can see what they did. Now, the slide I want to steal is an architecture slide that goes into how Veeam Data Cloud Vault works. And you might just say it's Azure storage. Well, what's going on with Veeam Data Cloud Vault is actually pretty interesting in that when you look at the customer environment, there's authentication to the Vault UI, which is powered by their myveeam.com, right? So it's actually an entitlement from your Veeam account that provisions these Azure storage resources for you. Now, in the end, yes, Veeam Data Cloud Vault is running in Azure, but what it is actually a purpose-built Azure storage account jointly developed by Veeam and Microsoft for Veeam backups with cost controls, and especially with the Advanced Edition, the egress costs are not in play. So that is something that is welcome for sure. Now, one of the highlights, we're going to talk about this in one of our super sessions. We're going to talk about migrating to Vault. In fact, that's one of the benefits you can get by registering at VeeamON.com. You can watch the super sessions, and Ben Young is going to do a really compelling super session on how to migrate to Veeam Data Cloud Vault. This is the future. Check it out. You definitely want to see that. Now, the next area I'm going to steal a slide from is just showing some of the regions that Veeam Data Cloud Vault is available. And you know what? This concept of a core region for Veeam Data Cloud Vault is basically global. There's several regions, but you know what? Anyone that's really good at the map might say, well, what about South America? And I'm going to be like, oh, no problem. We have these non-core regions, and we've got Brazil represented down there. So the world is your repository, as I'd like to say. And I'm pretty sure Jacob and Sam are going to deliver that a little bit different than the Rickatron would, but that's my short take on Veeam Data Cloud Vault. Now, stealing slides again from my friends in the Microsoft 365 world. In fact, it's kind of almost sad. We didn't talk that much about Microsoft 365 in the first keynote. And I want to highlight Brad, Corinne, and Edward's session where they talk about the future of Microsoft data protection. And oops, I clicked too fast. That was my fault. What I want to highlight is when you think about the Veeam Managed Service Delivery, so Veeam Data Cloud, that's that box on the left, everything's really done for you, right? The infrastructure, the sizing, but then if you want, you can install it in user-controlled environments such as a lot of organizations will install a system in Azure and do their backups of Microsoft 365 there and use backup repositories there. And we also have service providers really managing the service delivery there as well. What I want to highlight also about Veeam Data Cloud for Microsoft 365 is that's where you can unlock the Microsoft Backup Storage APIs that can really provide some high-performance backup and recovery techniques, so it's really attractive there. And my favorite part of Veeam Data Cloud from Microsoft 365 is that something goes away. I'm like, Rick, why would you be excited about something going away? Well, it's updates, it's maintenance windows. You don't have to do that. That's done for you. That's one of the benefits of this consumed as a service. You get time back in your day, so I'm really excited to share that. Check that out at veeam.com as well as some of the other breakouts. I think a version of that session is also on the online experience, so you definitely want to check that out. And I'm going to end right where I almost tried to start with Anton and say about the preparation steps for upgrading to the Veeam software appliance and version 13. So get these QR codes up there again. These point to, one of them is a link in the Community Hub and one of them is a link directly in the forums. It's the same information, but basically Anton did a really good job of getting that pre-release information up for us, because now's the time. And I say coming soon beta, you know what, I got to change that for tomorrow's show to say now available, but you got to talk to your Veeam rep to go through that normal process. All right, so Sophia, Nicola, thank you so much for joining me here on VeeamON Today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, this is good stuff, good fun, and you know what? You're watching VeeamON Today, powered by Object First. There's so much more to VeeamON. I love stealing content. I love highlighting things, but the only way to get more is to go to VeeamON.com and register. You can watch the keynotes, watch the breakouts, interact with our partners, and more. Tomorrow, two special guests. David Bennett, the CEO of Object First, sponsors of VeeamON Today, will be on the show, as well as Niraj Tolia, our CTO, and I'm going to talk to him about that AI vision. Everybody wants to learn more about that. On behalf of the production crew all around the room and over in Europe, I got help across the pond here today for that one. I want to thank you for watching VeeamON Today, powered by Object First, and we will see you tomorrow.